Hi, I will now show you how you can implement spatial audio in a web application using WebAudio.xml. We got 3 different audio files here, bird 1, 2 and some footsteps, and we have an audio.xml file with the WebAudio.xml syntax. We've got currently 2 elements, object-based audio, and you can define how they should start, in this case automatically, and also which file to play and if they should loop or not. But the most important things are the positioning on the X, Y and Z axis. I just skipped the Y positioning, which is the vertical position, which is quite hard to hear, but focus on the X and the Z. X for the bird is set to 20 and Z is set to -30. That will be to the right, so position X with the positive value is to the right, negative is to the left. Position Z is a negative value is in front of me and the positive is behind me. So the footsteps are behind me and the bird is in front of me. The footsteps are to the left and the bird is to the right. If I press play, I get an inspector and you can hear the sounds. If I move in this world, I now walked up to the bird. I can hear it to my right. If I go back, I can hear the footsteps clearly to my left. I can turn around and the sounds move around accordingly. Okay, this inspector can be closed and reopened, and that can be set here. Controls equals show means that the inspector is automatically open. True, then you can see the button and you have to open it manually, and false would also hide the button. That will be production mode. Okay, if we would like to have a second sound, we can just make a new one here and point it to the bird2.mp3 file. I position it to the left, but still in front of me. So we will have 2 birds playing in front of me, like this. Sorry, I should have it open automatically. Bird 1 is to the right and bird 2 is to my left, and the footsteps is here. Okay, let's just try to trigger the sounds a bit differently. So rather than having them all played automatically, I will give my second bird a class name. I call it bird2, and I don't do the looping. Then I will have a trigger button here for the bird2. So every time I click that button, that will trigger the sound. Okay, so this is interesting to just fiddle around with the inspector, but how do we do it for real in a web page? We have the index document here, where we can see, let me see here. Oh, we should actually look at it and change this one to true instead. Okay, so we see I got a few different things here to fiddle around with. For example, triggering the bird is a button here. Okay, that works as well. The button is here. So by typing data WAXML click start equals bird2, then that sends a play command to WebAudio.xml playing the audio file. If I want to control the positioning of the bird, then I can, let's say we want to control the playback of bird 1. That's okay. I can have a slider, so it takes the value when I move it, and it sets the variable bird1 pos x, which is a variable name I just came up with, to the value of the slider, and then I can control the minimum and the maximum value for the slider. If I then go to the first bird and say that position X should be set to $bird1 pos x and resave and play. Okay, then when I move the slider, that will move the bird. I can, in a similar way, move the listener position. So this is an example with a slider controlling the listener position, and then I type position Z, which is a default or built-in variable that directly controls the listener position. If you rather do it with JavaScript, the syntax is here. WAXML set variable position Z, comma this value. Okay, so if we move this one, it will go so it will move all the way forward to -30 to the left, and if I move the slider to the maximum value, that will be a maximum value for the position Z, which means I move backwards to the footsteps. Okay, so this is how it works.